This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome. This is Tammy from the Illumination Network, and I have been called here today. I have been in the recesses of my mind in channeling discussion with the Cosmic Divine Mother of all creation, and Isis and Mary Magdalene as two aspects along that stream of consciousness for which I am connected. And so I'm called forward today to hold a session. And I was invited, and as it's been explained to me through the Kandora of my point of light to the conscious collective of the feminine divine, now channeling within, I will begin, and telepathically they will receive the communication for which I am worrying about. And I will proceed to bring that information forward. Primarily, the source of what will be disclosed, as it was described to me, will be for myself personally. But I know that my conscious mind is very active and swimming with the need to know much of that which might answer questions for others. So without much further ado or further explanation of how this is going to proceed, I am as curious about the unfoldment as I'm sure all of you who may be joining me. As to whether or not I share this, we shall see. But for right now, I'm diving deep, and I'm diving into this for the sole purpose of my own expression. All right. So as I proceed, bless me on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. May all teachings be for the best and highest good of self and our humanity. I now open myself to channel. Why, thank you, young Tammy. Thank you very much for agreeing to meet with us here in this way, for which you will recognize the value, perhaps throughout this transmission, but most assuredly when we have completed. We assure you that we will keep this directly to the point of consciousness from which you are traveling communication through our mutual streams of consciousness. So, we call you forward today to give you our blessings and to let you know how grateful we are as a collective that you have agreed to the mission for which you have become well prepared, my darling, well prepared. And so now consider this your first initiation, but not your last. We had wanted to share this communication with you because you ask such wonderful questions for which your humanity, your correct in believing so, is most ready, particularly within your illumination network, to receive at this time. You alone and above yourself have been taking it upon yourself to respond to the needs, wants, desires, inquiries of others, all for the purpose of empowering the love and the unity from within. So we are most assuredly here to show you that we speak to you and through you in all given moments. And so now we have called you forward today to honor you, to respect you with our blessings. That it is Isis and Mary Magdalene that would care to speak and bring forward information that may or may not be done in the frequency. See, you had asked, how will I change the frequency of my voice when I have been so connected? And yet we have answered that question for you many, many times. It matters not. The frequency of the vibration in which you hold within your throat, sound resonance, expression, communication is all at a vibratory frequency of love, oneness, unity, and the feminine divine collective. You feel now not only one heartbeat, do you not? You feel many. You receive our beats as we beat as one. You beat with the earth, and you beat with the sky, and you beat within the form of the vessel for which you hold this light that streams down to you. It has been explained. Perhaps if you would like, I will explain for the purpose of others. Kieara Ka Ka is your light body. She brings her vibratory frequency down to match the vibratory frequency for which you raise yours up to meet her. At that sacred union of light, you begin to work in perfect harmony. And yet now you know, with that full integration having taken place within your light vessel, you do know that you are one and whole with all that is. And so you do know that the frequency and the tone already of your voice is beginning to shift in this now moment, with the easement and the allowance of you to simply trust and receive that which is the communication of expression that you can no longer hold yourself separate from. How does one separate themselves from self when they have grown more into the likeness and the lightness and the oneness of the unity of the Alpha and the Omega and the source from which they stream, their highest frequency of consciousness? So you see, you have come through many, many stages of your development. There is never any lagging to that which you yourself had in any given moment forgotten. However, the vibratory frequency on the earth plane in which you now reside needed to raise itself, and the stream of the greater, broader perspective of consciousness as lights awaken across the grid for which you have seen is all part of the cosmic plan, the great plan which we know has been initiated within you and activated in the DNA of all your brother and sister. We will no longer use the word and. Brother, sisterhood of light. That's right. Take that in for a moment and know that you are doing tremendously well at holding back the emotions that are beginning to rise within you as you acknowledge yourself in these words. Sister, you had not forgotten who you were. You lost the connection to your own level of knowing, because this was part of the plan This was the experience you came to allow yourself to receive. And you know, it was much like growing into yourself. But life, like being a boat out adrift, sometimes the waters were very smooth. Sometimes the waves rippled you further into the shore. Sometimes the waves swirled and moved you further away from the shore. And sometimes the waters raged, and they raged a great storm all around you. And they threatened the very survival of the vessel that was floating on the water, making its way to a new earth, a new, refreshed, awakened you. So we offer you this imagery now, we offer you this analogy now as a way of connecting to your own journey with lesser attachment, for which you have great void in your mind. We have great witness to how clear you are and how conscious you are becoming in every given moment to that which you give your intention and your attention to. So we have offered this to you because we know that this is an experience that you yourself have been calling forward for you. And the only thing that has ever helped you back is your doubt in self, which now no longer exists. And we are delighted to have observed and been witness to this. And so it is with great honoring we know that we are now all embarking on a tremendously glorious new experience, but new in this lifetime, but not new to you. You have traveled in these waters many times as you have been shown, and will continue to be shown, and more will continue to be revealed to you. You have no idea how much, darling, and you will become more and more aware in the days and the weeks and the months, but yet now moments of the now moment as to what is transpiring and unfolding here within you is awakening us on a higher vibratory frequency. This is how it is possible to keep this transmission as you as our conduit so clear as you now bring forward communication that has not necessarily been received. Yes, some are beginning to speak it now, and you will come to meet the brother sisterhood of light who are stepping forward now in a similar kind of mission to communicate this information forward. You know, the historical past has a reference to it being a past for which there is divine purpose and reason. In this now moment, all have access to more content, if we shall say content, in the sense many we are shown think of the Akashic records as being like a library. So let's just say that many of the books that no longer speak to the vibratory resonance frequency of this now moment of your timeline on your lifetime continuum on this earth plane have been shuffled to the back. And new information is being brought forward and placed upon those shelves, for which you're now able to access. And you know very much what shifted everything for you, and not that long ago. It's all big, anchoring out. Incremental steps would be great, big waves of emotion and motion forward. And so when you surrendered, when you recognized that you have access to everything and anything that you desire a higher knowing and truth to, because we know you've been very dismissive since you're a young child of much of what was taught, much of what was being introduced, and much of the, as you referred to it, some on your planetary frequency of the earth realm as dogma, ma being removed from God. See how words change the frequency and the tone of truth. Dogma, ma, God. The Omega was removed, and now the feminine divine collective is awakening and remembering precisely the power that they themselves have within in a very wholesome, life-giving, life-nurturing, and life-preserving, and in instances, life-destroying creational kinds of ways to allow for the new creations, the new rebirthing to occur. Take that information. That is right. That is good. That is whole. And that is true. And you know you cannot be held separate from that which is your truth. And the breakthrough moment was in realizing you have access to all of this now. And the only thing, the step, the action step that was needed to be taken by you in order to allow the receiving of that which you asked for. Yes, this is true. This is the recipe. We are well aware of how you manifest creation as you've been shown through universal ways. The action step for you to take was the acceptance of everything, all channeled transmissions, because you trusted yourself to know the difference. You trusted yourself to know the value of that, no matter how contradictory and polarity or duality it was to that which was common toned references. You allowed yourself to accept it as truth if it resonated within your heart center, your strong point of Pandora. So your flame is bright and your role is right, and you have been carrying out this role for a very long time now, for many, many lifetimes, as many as the infinite beginning of all creation. So there will be great comfort and joy brought to you in the experiences that are awakening and offered before you as you move forward. To be speaking the truth for our collective sisters and to empower, more importantly, in this now historical moment, in any given now moment in your timeline reference of time. All divine feminine and sacred masculine. So that this union for which you are well aware and well awakened to and well prepared to lead others forward in, may be the mission that you continue to hold for others Yes, that did sound awkward for you, and perhaps it won't in the replay. Don't you worry, our darling. You were processing that communication, and you know you've been asking these questions and you've been receiving the answers, and you've not been doubting. Much has been revealed to you, and you do well, and you do well to teach others. When you channel, channel for yourself. Ask questions relevant and pertinent to your personal growth and development. Because that which you grow to remove as the toxicity and the old scripts and the old programming and the old worn out belief systems, and that which holds you in continuous separation from your own inspiration of joy and love and unity and light, must be revealed to you, not concealed by you, and then removed so that you can make way for all of this new. And so we are delighted that you will be proceeding with holding a communication, a channel transmission, for which you will discuss more with our brother and sisterhood of light, correct? Of these new texts, these new scripts, these new inner standings that are coming forward now through the collective, the frequency of the Omega Alpha Source consciousness has streamed to you and through you. From the divine feminine frequency. Oh, we're excited. Yes, we are holding back. You're right. We are holding back so as not to blossom the rose before the first morning dew. So, all in good time, you will set the moment when it is right. You have been given our instructions. You have received the geometric numerology for which has been suggested to you, and it resonates. So proceed now on 12, 01, 11 at 3 o'clock, 300 as you refer to in your time. 11 is no longer. We move into 12. The frequency of 3, 1, 1, 1, 3. There is a wave of energy that's coming in, and you have been prepared. And now you're going to remove some of the veils of illusion that are being removed now around words and language and inner and understanding. As has been shown to you, even in that small example of dogma, the ma being removed from the God. More is yet to be revealed with respect to how slight variations in language can change the meaning considerably. And with every shift, it creates a new vibratory frequency. And everybody is beginning to awaken to their own heart center and how that speaks more clearly. That which was once concealed by the mind. We invite you now, darling, further queries that you hold? Yes, the questions will be prepared. The questions for which you will respond have already been downloaded to you, and you've been musing over most of them today with us. We invite you to meet with us, practice with us throughout this week as you feel most drawn and called forward to do, and you will lose your no, you have none. You're fine. You're fine. You're perfect. Isis will be grateful to explain more of that and how it came to be, our union, and how our union is according to union of the divine feminine and the sacred masculine within, and the impact as that ripple wave is being experienced in many blessed kinds of experiential ways, and some in more challenging ways. You're very excited. And you're very excited for what we revealed to you today on a more personal level. You see, one never has to choose the who, the what, the where, the when, the why. One needs only to choose the experience of that which they desire. And your choice is love. And so hold the vibratory frequency of love. And send the light of your love out, knowing that as you are ready, the person who holds that same frequency is ready also. It will be as easy as 1, 2, 3. You simply do not lose the belief of your receiving if you haven't allowed. So allow by simply being it now. Yes, yes, darling. We would like you to put out an invitation also to receive a frequency of currency for this time that you will be sharing as one who serves life as you have done in multiple ways, in multiple lifetimes, and in a multi-dimensional way, occurring in every now moment. That's right. This is not your only gig in town. We do delight in all these expressions and how the different ways we get to experience ourselves by using them. That's right. That would be correct. Proceed at that level. It is about you in that regard, and an honoring of your system that is in place, and that preparation for which is coming as this mission continues to expand and grow in ways that is so delightful to your now frequency and flow. Yes, we are poets. Yes, you're right. We do speak and we do delight with you often. And yes, you do perceive when you communicate with anyone, you certainly know that you are speaking, so you know all the time. This infinite source of wisdom and guidance that is within you is an aspect from which many aspects of you flow. You cannot separate yourself from that, who you are. You are now the living library of truth, and you will share and empower others to know precisely what that means in their now moment of their timeline continuum, their lifetime. We will now call it lifetime continuum on this earth plane, remembering that you are multidimensional beings. Yes, it feels very good for us also that all attachment is whisking away. And yes, you've had your initiations this last month or two. We recognize that, and you have honored each of them as they've come. And it has grown you stronger, and it has grown you into the womanhood that is accepting the womenhood. That was a delight. We don't even know about that one. Yes. Yes, yes, it is occurring. Just let it be, let it be, let it be received. No matter how it is here, no matter how you hear it with your human ears, you know as you can only feel yourself within the best. You know that there's a different frequency occurring in the vibration. So you're getting a sense of that, like a fish swimming in the vast ocean, or shall we say dolphin swimming in the vast ocean and jumping. So that flow, that frequency is a collective. Yes, you are feeling and sensing more of Isis's tone, matched with Mary Magdalene's, which you've become mastered at. And now my frequency, your frequency, as Kieara Sophia Rose. So it is like this right now. Yeah. Yes, and your heart beats all of us. And so now we leave you with this. Most assuredly, we know that you know, and we know that you are proceeding, and you know in every given moment, access to this consciousness exists now before you. So deep bow, deep blessings, a deep honoring of the higher truth of all that is now unveiled and revealed before you. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to give that a listen. Okay. We have bit of energy still fluttering in and around. I'm going to give this a listen, and perhaps you'll be giving it a listen as well. And no, I'm not going to go Tammy on me now. I'm really excited. So we know that at 3 p.m. on Saturday, December 1st, which will be the 12/01, 2018, 11 at 3 p.m. We know that there's great symbolism in that time, and we'll be meeting up then. And then I'll do further channeling, and it'll be of great, yes, yes, it'll be fun. It'll be so much fun. And I look forward to everyone who joins me, who holds space with me and opens their heart to the collective of the divine feminine along within me and within each and every one of you, regardless of your gender form. All right, so this was an experience that I had asked and been called forward to receive. So, all right. Thank you so much. All my love as always, as always. Life is good. It always is. Okay. Stop. I think that